Hello everyone and welcome to Royal Courses. In this tutorial we are going to learn how to create a simple flat illustration in Adobe Illustrator. Before we start, I have created a couple of circles here that I filled with the colors that we will be using. These are mostly shades of brown, which is our main color, and I did that using the color guide and mostly analog colors. We'll start by creating a rectangle in the shape of the artboard. In this case it's a square actually, and we'll color it with the lightest shade of brown but not the lightest one. Also, to make the whole process easier for us later, it's better to lock the selection by clicking Object, Lock, Selection, and that way you lock it in place and it will not bother you anymore. Next, we are going to create the house. We will do that by using the rectangle tool and creating a simple rectangle. We will color it with the lightest shade of brown that we have, and then we will make a triangle that we will connect to the rectangle to create the main shape of the house. It will also be the lightest shade of brown, and we will also make sure to group the two objects. Next, what we lack here on this house is actually its roof. I did that, I created the roof by using the pen tool and just creating two lines at the top of the house that I colored with the darkest shade of brown. You can see the process here. As you can see, no fill color. I made the stroke a bit thicker, and I also changed the cap of the stroke, which you can see, and that's it basically. Then we're going to create the chimney. We will do that by using the rectangle tool again and making a small rectangle. Make sure there's no stroke because we have to cut it with the knife tool. After you finish cutting it, you will take the pen tool and just create the top part of the chimney, the way we did with the roof. The stroke is the same, the stroke cap is the same as well, and the roof is done. Now we're going to create the door with another rectangle. I also added two more rectangles with the darker shade of brown just to create some depth, and I also created a small dark circle which is actually the doorknob. And the last part of the house is actually the window. We can do that by creating a small circle and placing it in the empty space in the middle. The stroke is the same color as the roof, but I just filled it in with a light shade of blue. I also use the pen tool just to create a small plus sign in the middle of the window. You can leave it the shade it is now, but you can also color it with a light shade of yellow, which I did because I liked it more. And now, after we did all that, the house is officially done. You can group all the objects, which will make it easier for you, and just move the house to the center of the artboard. The only thing that is left is actually creating the smoke that is coming out of the house and smoke around the house. The next part is a bit tricky, but it's okay. The point is to only experiment a little. You will use the pencil tool and just try to create a smoke cloud. It's okay if it doesn't look good in the first try. You can try as many times as you want, and you can also kind of adjust it later, as you can see that I did here. I used the direct selection tool and adjust it the way I liked it. Now just fill it with a light shade of gray, and then put it behind the house, of course. Now we're going to do the same thing using the pencil tool. We're going to create some different shapes around the house that remind us of ghosts or maybe even clouds. We're going to create a couple of them, color them in like the first smoke cloud we made. Now select all the smoke clouds that you made and lower the opacity to around 70%. I think that should be fine. The last detail is actually the eyes of these ghosts, if we can call them that way. You can also create mouths by using the circle tool. I tried to do that, but I didn't really like the way it turned out, so I removed it. And the very last step is using the rectangle tool, creating a rectangle at the size of the artboard, then selecting everything that we have and clicking Make Clipping Mask. And the work is done. Here you have a simple flat illustration. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was useful to you. Thank you for watching. Bye!